This is the National Pro Cup Championship, crown jewel of late model competition. Here for the 11th race of the 2014 season, the Canadian Motor Oil Edmonton Grand Prix at the Edmonton City Center Airport. A remodeled 2.24 mile airport circuit that is also playing host to the Round of Edmonton for the V8 Champ Car Series. This being the last event that the NPCC will play a support event to for V8 Champ Car this season. Pepsi Max, proud sponsor of the pole award given to the fastest qualifier at each National Pro Cup Championship event. And today on the pole is Parker Whitten, who is riding a streak of 3 consecutive top 5s and is looking for his first career win. And on his outside, with yet another good qualifying effort, Joshua Michaels in the 8th. The green flag is out and we're underway here for the NPCC's first ever airport circuit race, as we already have 3 wide for the, looks like the 4th position as Star Banner gets on the inside of both her teammate Valerie Forge and Nate Patrick. And it turns out, wow, what a nice move by Banner, getting around the 90 of Andrea Lynn Caldwell and the 78 of Alexis Farr in turn 1, and tried to do the same thing with her teammate and Joshua Michaels, although she was not successful in that regard. Erik Draachreider comes into this race as the points leader, but is starting way back in the 16th position today. So a little bit of ground to make up for your championship leader as he's battling with Vinny LaBouffe, one of 2 Canadians in the race today, as he goes wide into the grass right there, but recovers nicely. The other resident Canadian in today's event is, of course, John Quackenbush in the 28 car. Whoa, as he nearly gets into the back of the 56 of Sean Johnson there going into turn 1. Quackenbush from nearby Toronto, Ontario. And he is a huge favorite among the crowd here today, being one of the 2 Canadians in today's race. He comes into today's race second in the point standings, trailing this man, Erik Draachreider, by 42 points, as Draachreider nearly wipes it out heading into hairpin number 1. And here is Nate Patrick, Draachreider's teammate, going for the 4th position on Valerie Forge. Actually, the 3rd position. 4th position on Valerie Forge. Road courses, not really to his liking. He prefers short tracks, but he's definitely been doing a pretty good job this season on the road circuits. Another guy who prefers road circuits is this guy, Johnny Corelli, in the number 15 for Rossini Sport. His best finish of the season has been a 5th. That was back at Long Beach. This is one of his last races of the season. The Memorial 2014 in a couple weeks will be his final event before transitioning over to the European Late Model Challenge. As Nate Patrick has a run on Joshua Michaels heading into the first hairpin. That would be for the 3rd position, so Nate Patrick moving up nicely so far. As Parker Whitten continues to lead the way, a stretch of 3 consecutive top 5 finishes for this young driver. He comes into today's race 7th in the point standings, and he is still looking for his first career victory. He's led a few races this season and has come close to victory, most notably at Pikes Peak, where he led up until about 2 laps to go when lap traffic pretty much cost him the win. So he's hoping for victory here today. And here is Zach Gott in the 71, currently running in 6th in the championship as he gets plowed in the back by Oi Mishishima heading into the hairpin right there. So Gott not really having a very good stretch of races here, as he's been plummeting down the point standings. As you see, Mishishima just comes in way too hot, gets into the back of Gott, which pushes him into the 04 of Betty Cox. And of course, a lot of damage on that 64 car as she goes wide at the final turn and hits the wall. And that's going to cause the 64 to come onto pit road for some damage repair. So tough break for Mishishima, who came in the top 10 in the point standings. Another driver needing a good run here today is Joshua Michaels in the 8th for Olympic Racing. He has just 1 top 10 finish this season, and that came back at Pikes Peak as he taps the wall right there in turn 12. Currently 23rd in the point standings. Certainly not the season that he had been hoping for, but he had a good qualifying effort at Belle Isle before falling out with engine failure. And he's currently in the top 5 right now, but he's under attack from Star Banner, who's certainly come alive after her win at Belle Isle. Nate Patrick continues his run towards the front as he has a run on Corelli for the 2nd spot heading into turn 12. And coming out of it, he has a better launch off, and he will pass the number 15 of Corelli for the number 2 spot. During pre-race warm-ups, he told us that he was taking some pointers from his teammate Draachreider on how to tackle these road circuits, and it looks like he's taking that advice to heart, currently running in the number 2 spot and moving forward. Valerie Forge, after a tough race at Belle Isle, after a good solid streak going after her back-to-back victories, now finds herself now up in the 3rd position after getting around Corelli on the front stretch. Forge is currently 5th in the championship, 72 points behind leader Erik Draachreider. As Quackenbush comes in hard into the first hairpin, gets into the back of Chuck Johnson just a little bit. Certainly not what Quackenbush expected for his home race, currently running at the back of the field at the moment in the 19th position. He spun in qualifying, which attributed to his last phase qualifying start. And Joshua Michaels in the 8th smacks the wall at the exit of the final turn, allowing Star Banner to get a run on him, and she will take the spot away, which I believe is the 4th position, but still a great run for Michaels, who desperately needs it right now. And here is Zach Gott in the 71, trailing the 78 of Farr and the 90 of Andrea Lynn Caldwell as they come up across Joshua Michaels. And whoa! Nick Van Gelder in the 60 comes charging hard into the hairpin and gets into the back of Gott. Boy, he came from a long way back as he just charged hard into the final turn and gets into the back of the 71 and passes him for that position, although he certainly got a bit of a earful from the officials warning him not to do that again. Here is Andrea Lynn Caldwell trying to get around the 78 of Alexis Farr, and whoa, she comes over into Farr trying to put the block on her to defend that position. And she is able to do so and gets around Farr for, I believe, the 6th position, as we are on board with Farr. As Caldwell comes over to block Farr's attempt to retake the position, but is unable to do so as Caldwell gets away. And here is the pass for the lead as Patrick has caught up to the 34 Parker Whitten, and coming into turn 11 and into turn number 12, Nate Patrick does have the preferred line, and he will come out as the leader of the race here at Edmonton. So a very big surprise so far, as the guy that a lot of us I've heard that does not like road course racing is now leading on a road course. So a little bit of a surprise, but he did say he was taking some advice from his teammate. And of course, Erik Draachreider knows how to win on road courses, although hasn't really been doing that well in late models so far. But what a spectacular run for Patrick so far. As here comes Valerie Forge charging in to try to battle Parker Whitten for the 2nd position. Of course, these two have battled quite a bit already this season. Whoa! She came in way hot. Better be careful not to damage the radiator on the front of that car. But these two, Parker Whitten and Valerie Forge, battled at Seattle for the win, for the most part. As Joshua Michaels has to hit the pit lane. Flat tire on the 8 car, so tough right for Michaels, who needed a good run today. And the same fate befalls Jennifer Duke in the 02, also a flat tire on that car. Chuck Johnson currently running back in the 19th position and battling with Quackenbush. These two road course specialists not having a good run so far today here at Edmonton. This track is not exactly the easiest to pass on. So starting in the back is definitely not the hot ticket here today, and it's proven as these two championship contenders are having some problems, as does Zach Gott, who also suffers a flat tire. Of course, that damage in the back might have had something to do with that as well. And Alexis Farr also suffering from tire failure and having to come in for a fresh set. And as does Roy Warren in the 99. So tire wear seems to be a little bit of a concern here today. As we hit the halfway point of today's race, Nate Patrick continues to lead the way. He had some struggles early on this season, but has a pair of runner-up finishes at Long Beach, although some strategy helped him out there, and a runner-up at South Boston. Running in the top 5 right now is the 15 of Gianni Corelli, and right behind him is Star Banner in the 16, coming off her victory at Belle Isle a couple weeks ago, as Quackenbush, well, his miserable weekend continues as he has to come in for a flat tire as well. The 34, Parker Whitten, continues to hold down the second spot over Ballard Forge in the 24. Whitten yet to win a race this season despite some great runs, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen today unless something happens to that 66 car. That 66 looks fast as the battle for fourth continues between Corelli and Banner. Banner tries to pound it in, but to no avail there this time around as the 04 of Betty Cox gets into the back of Chuck Johnson in the 18 at the hairpin. But they both recover and continue on. No harm, no foul there as Star Banner now has a run on Corelli into turn 12. That would be for the fourth position. I'll tell you what, that victory at Belle Isle has really energized this 16 team. They've had some major struggles. Before the win, they only had 2 top 10 finishes in comparison to her teammate Valerie Forge, who was pretty much blowing them out of the water. But now it looks like things are stabilized over there as Corelli continues to battle Banner for that fourth position, but to no avail as Banner takes it over. In the meantime, her teammate Forge has a run on the 34, Parker Whitten. This is for the second position heading into turn 12, which seems to be a prime passing zone today. And Forge will assume the second spot over Parker Whitten, but is now a good 10 seconds behind Nate Patrick for the lead as Sean Johnson, running in the 8th position with 2 laps to go, has to come in and change a tire. Tough break, who was looking to catch John Quackenbush in the Ultimatum Cup standings, but that will fall by the wayside today. Well, Nate Patrick said that he had been listening to his teammate Erik Draachreider on the ways to run on a road course, and he really took that advice to heart today as he will come down the front stretch and score his first career NPCC victory, ironically on a road course. He wins the Edmonton Grand Prix presented by Canadian Motor Oil. Valerie Forge comes home in second, 13 seconds behind Patrick as he leads the most laps, 19 of the 28 laps today. Parker Whitten comes home in third as he led the first 9 laps. Still searching for that first career victory, but he does come home with a 4th consecutive top 5 finish. Star Banner in 4th. Johnny Corelli with his 2nd top 5 of the season. Andrea Lynn Caldwell, Aubrey Wood, Erik Draachreider, Ray Takita, and Chuck Johnson with great top 10 runs today. Nick Van Gelder in 11th, Sean Sanchez in 12th, Betty Cox 13th, Benny LeBouf 14th, Arthur Gordon 15th, Alexis Farr, the first car off the lead lap in 16th. These drivers from 16th down, pretty much with tire problems today. Sean Johnson, Jennifer Duke, Zach Gott, and John Quackenbush, a very disappointing 20th place in front of his home crowd, pretty much. And their final 3 finishers, Joshua Michaels in 21st, who had a solid run until that flat tire, as did Roy Warren, and Oi Mishishima comes up in last. All 23 cars did manage to finish the race today. The Ultimatum Cup standings with 3 races to go. Quackenbush continues to lead the way, did not lose as many points as he could have since Sean Johnson failed to capitalize on Quackenbush's misfortunes today. In the overall championship, Draachreider extends his championship lead to 60 points over Quackenbush. Johnson is in third, 66 back, with Valerie Forge in 4th, Sean Johnson 5th, Parker Whitten in 6th. Zach Gott continues to tumble through the standings, now down to 7th. Nate Patrick is 8th. Star Banner cracks the top 10 for the first time this season, and Aubrey Wood is back in the top 10 as well. The next race for the National Pro Cup Championship is the big one, the Memorial 2014 at the Circuit of the Americas. Thank you for joining us today. I'm color commentator John Lyondike, and we'll see you next time.